Hey Taurus, welcome back. I'm here with your weekly reading for June 10th through the 17th. As always, these are general readings for Taurus as a collective, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Same deal, I have oracle cards that will give you some messages and guidance for the week ahead, and then I'll do a general spread and a love spread looking at you and looking at the person you're dealing with. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to be notified of your future readings that come out. The full moon is soon. I think it's definitely within the next week. I have to look back and see when it is. But I'll be getting new full moon readings out soon, which those are a bonus that I like to do. All right, I do have, there is one thing that I added to this weekly reading, and it's from my Law of Attraction deck. It talks about money, but just if you're not really trying to attract money and you're just trying to attract something specific or starting to work with the Law of Attraction, it's kind of like a reminder of how you could best work with it this week. And if it's not money you're trying to attract, then just insert whatever you are trying to attract for the money words. So yours is, the Law of Attraction responds to my vibration. And the message is, a belief is nothing more than a chronic pattern of thought, and you have the ability, if you try even a little bit, to begin a new pattern, to tell a new story, to achieve a different vibration, and to change your point of attraction. The Law of Attraction is responding to your vibration, and you can easily change your vibrational point of attraction by visualizing the lifestyle you desire and holding your attention upon those images until you begin to feel relief, which will indicate that a true vibrational shift has occurred. So, you may be working on changing your vibration this week. So, let's pull your oracle cards. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. We have creation. Remember your thoughts, shape your future. Your words create today. Your choices become your reality. Definitely going back to your Law of Attraction card you pulled, and they are both yellow. Just pointing that out. Then we have Brown Bear Spirit. Take time out. And then we have luck is on your side with a new moon in Sagittarius. Scorpio just got this in their reading. You might want to check out their reading if you have a lot of Scorpio in your chart. Okay, so overall, I do feel like you may be trying to attract or work with the Law of Attraction. I mean, in a way, aren't we always kind of anyways? But with the Seven of Swords here in the reverse, I feel like this is talking about more like self-sabotage. Meaning it's, those limiting beliefs that we have, those self-doubts we have. And I think it's definitely going into this, and even this creation card you have here, talking about working through those and moving, shifting your vibration. So I feel like you're moving past the self-sabotage and working through those limiting beliefs to have a vibrational shift. Like I said, you are trying to create something, you are trying to manifest something. Remember, this. Remember your thoughts, shape your future. Your words create today. Your choices become your reality. So I know I already read that, but I feel like it is very important for you guys for this week and even moving further. Brown Bear Spirit, take a time out. I feel like you need to take a time out here to work on not only changing or, shifting your vibration to one that you want to be on, but to kind of visualize what it is you're wanting. Maybe it's not what you thought you wanted. Like I said, if you have Scorpio in your chart, I did their reading earlier, and it was like they were kind of chasing dreams that they realized really weren't their dreams. And so they were like having to kind of reconfigure what it is they wanted and like living for themselves type of thing. So I feel like you guys are kind of on the same track as them, except, you know, yours are you know, it's not like you've reached goals and you realize you were living for someone else. It's more like you guys are just trying to shift your vibration, you know, for yourself anyways. But luck is on your side with the new moon in Sagittarius. So remember that going forward. Don't stress about this. Don't be anxious. You know, try and let that anxiety go, and don't be so hard on yourself. You know, if you do find yourself having some negative vibrations or negative thoughts or having those fears, don't like be like hard on yourself, because that happens sometimes to all of us. It's like, well, I can't get off this frequency, and you know, it's a delicate balance. I get it. Just don't be so hard on yourself. All right, let's get into your general. All right, Taurus. For June 10th through the 17th, my Taurus people. Oh. Look, I do see the Magician right there. So definitely you have the ability to create and manifest what you want, okay? Come on. I know I keep saying I need to get a new deck of these, but sometimes they shuffle fine and sometimes they don't. I see the Five of Cups here, so kind of like holding on to something, not holding on to something, but like holding on to some disappointments, some sadness there. But you want to move forward. You want to move out of these rocky waters to calmer waters. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't always do this. You guys know that if you've been there with me for a while. And feeling like you have to do it alone, no matter how scary it looks, like you're kind of like, I have to do this alone, even if it does mean going in a thunderstorm, in a lightning storm full of armor. But we do have the Lovers here. So, happiness is coming. You have help. Ooh, that again. All right. Hello. Taurus. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. June 10th through the 17th. What is Taurus's focus, obstacle, advice, and most likely outcome for the week ahead? Please and thank you. All right. Knight of Pentacles as your focus. Three of Swords as your obstacle. Knight of Swords as your advice, and Eight of Wands as your outcome, and the Nine of Wands as your overall energy. Okay. So, you know how I was talking about feeling like you had to do this alone? Kind of let your guard down, let your wall down. You don't have to do this alone. There may be help available to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the form of a person. It could just be online. Maybe you make an online friend in a forum or something. Or you just find a video or an article that really helps you through whatever you're going through. There is some kind of help there though. And it could be just, you know, letting your wall down so you can create with the universe. Luck is on your side. You had the Magician show up. I feel like you're just so guarded, just so guarded. So let your wall down a little bit, okay? Too many cards. All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles here as your focus. With what? This is Earth energy, so definitely could be you. Definitely how you would start something, you know, slow, steady. Not really rushing into anything. Six of Swords showing up in the reverse though. So the Knight of Pentacles, you really are wanting to leave something behind. You're wanting things to be smoother. You're wanting things to be less chaotic. And you're making progress. It's just slow. Okay. The Pentacles, Earth energy, very, very slow. Methodical, you know. This knight doesn't really take action unless he's really thought it through, has a plan. And then if something comes up that's out of the plan, like maybe these rocks or something, he has to kind of sit and think about the best way to get around it. So you maybe just slowly but surely, you know, moving away from this. But it's like, at the same time, it feels like you take one step forward and then 2 steps back, whatever this situation is that you're trying to leave. I feel like it kind of finds a way to drag you back to it. Could have something to do with this heartbreak, 3 of Swords, and your obstacle. Wouldn't surprise me at all. So there's definitely some kind of betrayal or heartbreak here in your obstacle. So let's get a clarifier. Doesn't have to be from a relationship either. It sometimes can be, you know, just a friendship or a family member. But we have the 3 of Swords here with the 4 of Cups in the reverse. So it's like your heart's kind of broken. You're feeling sad, feeling betrayed. It was like you had a hard time accepting this, I feel like. Because in the upright, I mean, look, he's kind of being kind of stubborn. You know, there's something being offered to him, but he's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. No, you know, kind of being stubborn. But it's in the reverse. So I feel like you're kind of coming out of that energy. Like you need to... I feel like here you can be open. This heartbreak and this betrayal really closed you off. Really had some walls up. You were more like here, you know, unreachable. You know, just really, really guarded. And so you really weren't open to any new possibilities coming in, any new options, or, you know, just things being offered to you. But I feel like you're slowly, again, everything about this is very slow, working through that. Okay, so just don't be, you know, you need to be open, okay, to receiving this. And you are, like in this one, it's like he's not open at all, but with it in the reverse, this is actually a little bit better, because you're slowly warming up to the idea is what I feel like. But then here's your King of Swords again, coming up in your advice. So let's pull a clarifier before I talk about that. Just so you know, I do feel like towards the end of the week there is better things coming. I will jump ahead just a minute because this has been kind of heavy, but you do have change coming, and it's going to be fast when it happens. I know everything's started off very slow, kind of not super happy. No rainbows and butterflies here. No unicorns, you know, that type of thing. It's been kind of heavy, but the skies do clear eventually, you know, and this is a week, so this is your outcome for the week. So you do get clarity and change does come in quickly. So I know, I thought I'd jump ahead to that, so it'd be like, is there anything good about this? There is good things coming, all right. Oh. Yeah, see, advice. You have this, you know, the King of Swords. So things may look scary right now, and it's kind of like, I don't really want to go ahead through that lightning storm because I'm in armor, but I'll do it anyways. Because I feel like you need to find your passion, okay? The Page of Wands. You need to find your passion, all right? You need to find something that motivates you. Find something that you enjoy doing with the Page of Wands. And then, you know, take movement forward, take action forward. Even though it may look a little daunting, you're a king, you're going to make it through just fine. You know, be open to whatever help is offered, but don't rely on it, okay? If that makes sense. Like, be open, don't be stubborn, you know, don't be in this mindset where you're stubborn. It's like, I'm not taking anybody's help. But then at the same time, don't, you know, stop and wait for someone to help you. Help will come when it's needed, all right? Like I said, the Eight of Wands comes here in the outcomes. So you do, it's almost like the first step is always the hardest, and that's kind of where I feel like you are. And maybe not in the cycle or the process that you're going through, but maybe, you know, something came up and, you know, kind of made you feel stuck for a while. And so it's like your first step, like getting back to whatever it is you're working on. It's like that's always the hardest. So just go ahead and make it. Just go ahead and take it. And I know one just flipped over, but we'll see if I can find it. Why is the Eight of Wands here as Taurus's outcome? Three of Cups, that did flip over. So here, like I said, I'm just kind of going back to the don't rely on help. Help will come when you need it. All right, you will have friends there, but they can't like do it for you. Okay, but when you're ready to take action, take this movement forward, they will totally be there helping you and cheering you on, but they really can't make you do it and do it for you. King of Swords here. So I feel like, you know, this change comes, and the King of Swords has kind of been like a reoccurring theme here just for a little bit. And this side, not that I read this deck reversed, but, you know, this is, you know, close enough to the reversal. So what your outcome is that you work through this. You get your inter clarity. You do, you learn a lot through this. And there's a card I have that says turn knowledge into wisdom or something, and I feel like that's what happens with you. You like know all of this stuff with this card, you know, like it's all in there, but like you start taking action, you know, you start moving forward, and then it's like, oh, well, all of that stuff I know, like I know now how to use what I've learned, you know, like learning from your knowledge. And so the change, it comes fast, okay? It's almost like you just have to take those first few steps and then like, bam, all right? You're hit with lightning, but it's a good thing, not a bad thing. All right, so heavy reading, heavy reading. But like I said, sometimes we have to make it through the heavy stuff to really enjoy the good stuff. You know what I mean? And this is just a week, so maybe it's just something happening at work. We'll see. We'll get into the love reading. All right, Taurus for love, June 10th through the 17th. What messages or guidance do you have for Taurus and love for June 10th through the 17th? Please and thank you. The Taurus people. Oh, 3 cards came out. Yep, I'll take them all for you. Okay, so keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I feel like just keeping an open mind in general is going to help you a lot this week. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, this may have something to do with your parents, but when I see the healing family issues, I don't always link it to the parents. I feel like everybody's family issues can be different, are different, not can be. And so I feel like you know what family issues you need to kind of heal moving forward. And unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So it could be one-sided, or like it says, the fire, the flame, the passion is just kind of burned out. Those could be separate messages for different groups of Tauruses, or, you know, they could all kind of resonate with you. So like I said, take what works, leave what doesn't. We're going to get a little bit more Taurus energy in here and see what's happening with you in love and the person you're dealing with. Okay, what is Taurus's energy, overall energy in love for June 10th through the 17th? What is Taurus's overall energy in love for June 10th through the 17th? Please and thank you. Knight of Pentacles. Again, just going slow. Slow and steady. Funny how that's your overall energy and your general reading too. So this could kind of relate to that. We'll see. Or you could just be going slow and steady with all areas of your life. This is Earth as well, so, you know, it would make sense. All right, so what about the person Taurus is dealing with? Too many cards. What about the person Taurus is dealing with? What is their overall energy in love for June 10th through the 17th? The person Taurus is dealing with. Please and thank you. Four of Pentacles. They are keeping it close. Holding on tight. Could be they're keeping their emotions close to themselves. Could be that they're keeping their money and material things close to themselves, you know, kind of greedy. Or they're really, really holding on to this relationship. Or holding on to you. Wouldn't surprise me if both of you are earth signs. Doesn't have to be though. That would be earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now let's get some details. Let's get some details. But yeah, they're clinging tight to something. Like I said, either their emotions, like their feelings, or their money, or, you know, they're clinging to this relationship. We will see. We will see. We got the Empress, the Magician, the Hanged Man. All right. Lots of major arcana right there. They have the Six of Wands in the reverse, Two of Cups in the upright, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So we'll start with you over here, the Empress. So some of you, I'm going to say it just because I have to, because she kind of looks pregnant. Some of you, a small part of you, may become or find out you're pregnant this week. Just saying. The rest of you, I feel like there could be some kind of growth happening with you this week. Wouldn't surprise me from the other cards that you have. I do feel like I said, you're working through something. You're working through a block, raising your vibration, raising your frequency, and I feel like, you know, that's what you're working on, and you're growing because of it. And you got the Magician. You're going to be able to create something, manifest something. Could be something new, could be, you know, with this person, I'm not really sure, but, you know, you're going to be feeling like you can manifest and create. But I feel like you're taking a time out from this relationship. I feel like you're overall taking a time out. Like I said, generally you were trying to move forward, you know, all of that, and working on your vibration and frequency and deciding what you want, that type of stuff. But definitely I feel like you're taking a time out from this relationship to get a new perspective on it, maybe to see if that's what you want moving forward. They feel like, you know, this has been a complete and total waste of time. They don't feel like this is success, you know, there's success here or there's a victory here. Even though they do feel like you're a soulmate, and the Two of Cups, I mean, they probably are a soulmate. Doesn't mean you're supposed to be with them forever. We have lots of soulmates, but there's definitely a connection here, a deep connection, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles here in the reverse. They are, especially if they're an earth sign that you're dealing with, they are feeling way out of their element. They are not feeling grounded, not very practical. They can't think about this practically or logically. They just, you know, they're just kind of, could be that they don't feel like they have their finances in order to, since they are clinging to something. Just throwing that out there for a side view of you. But like I said, they don't feel in control of what they have going on. So, Seven of Swords, Knight of Swords, Justice, the Fool, Seven of Cups, Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So, Seven of Swords in the upright. There may be some manipulation or mind games to get you back. You need to make sure that this isn't on your side. Just that showed up on your side. So, but at the same time, make sure that you're not being played. Make sure that you're not kind of being made the fool. You know, the Fool showed up on their side. So here, just make sure this isn't you, okay? We all do it. We all are human. Just make sure that you're not trying to play games or manipulate the situation to your benefit, all right? Just make sure you're being on the up and up. That's all, you know, because Justice is here, all right? And if it's not you, then it's them. All right, and this card is why Justice is showing up. All right, someone's doing somebody dirty. Okay, so make sure it's not you. And like I said, it doesn't have to be like something super manipulative. It could just be like, well, I could see how I could one-up them here, and then, you know, don't do that. They could be doing it to you though, so make sure you're not being made, you know, a sucker or anything. Knight of Swords. There is this one, I do feel like there is going to be clarity. Like the more you make movement, the more you keep moving forward, there's going to be more and more clarity. And like I said, the Justice is coming out here on your end. So I feel like as long as you're not the one doing this, which I don't feel like you are, as long as you're not doing, you know, you're not being shady, like you're going to be fine. It's all going to work out in your favor, because if you're acting on the up and up and they're not, whoever's doing this though is getting theirs. Okay. They have the Fool. So looking at their other cards, I really wouldn't be surprised if they're taking a new leap of faith, and I don't feel like it's with you. So wouldn't surprise me if there is maybe, I don't see anyone else over here, but in particular, but it wouldn't surprise me if they are kind of looking elsewhere maybe, when maybe things aren't completely, maybe they're taking that leap of faith before it's technically time to take that leap of faith, if you know what I mean. The Seven of Cups here in the reverse. They are coming back to reality about the situation. They are narrowing down their options, and I feel like they've had lots of options. You know, they were taking this new leap of faith, and they had lots of options. So now they're, you know, they're wanting to start something new. So they're narrowing down their options. I don't feel like it's with you, though. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. They're not wanting to come together with you to work on this with you. They don't, you know, they don't want a partnership here. They don't want to work together. Really wouldn't surprise me if it's a earth sign that you're dealing with, but doesn't have to be. It could just be that you're showing up on their side. Overall, though, you're looking pretty strong here. And just looking at their cards, I feel like that's their energy. So just don't be made the fool, okay? And I don't mean the fool like in a good way. I mean like the fool as in like getting screwed over. But you won't, because justice is here in the upright for you. But like I said, I feel like they, with these cards here, even though they know you're a soulmate, they're moving on. They're taking a new leap of faith somewhere else from some options they've had open, and you know, they're not coming back with you. They're not working on this with you, which is probably fine, because I don't feel like you would be working on this with them, to be honest. I feel like the unrequited love card could be meant for both of you. You know, it's kind of, it just fizzled out. All right, Taurus. Just remember, it's the darkest before the dawn. All right, let's get some advice. Advice for my Tauruses. Advice for my Taurus people. You know, I was shuffling. I was like drawn, like staring, focused on this butterfly right here. I feel like this is a transforming part for you. This is where a lot of growth is going to happen. I do feel like you are going to emerge from this better than before. All right. We have the Empress in the reverse and the Ten of Cups in the upright. With the Emperor in the upright. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Six of Pentacles. There has been a lot of earth energy here in this reading. So could just be you. You could be getting back to the earth element, you know, getting back in your element with what you're comfortable with. Could be an Aries you're dealing with, but it doesn't have to be. You could just have some Aries in your chart. And the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So with the Empress here being here, don't try to create anything new, especially right now. Don't try to, like I said, just don't try to create anything new. Focus on your happiness. Focus on your emotional happiness, your emotional stability. What does that look like to you? Start visualizing that, kind of going back to the general cards. Start visualizing what you feel like happiness, emotional happiness will look like for you. The Emperor here in the upright. So be strategic, be firm. Once you make a decision, stick to it. You know, the Emperor isn't wishy-washy. He's not going to decide something and then be like, I don't know, maybe. You know, you may have to be firm with this, because it may be that people around you might discourage you or persuade you otherwise. If you decide on something, you know, you decide on what it is that makes you happy emotionally, go for it. You are the emperor of your life, okay? You are in charge of your life. So just make sure you're being strategic and you're planning well, okay? 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's time to stop feeling abandoned. If you feel like the other person abandoned you, they may have, but it's time to stop focusing on that. It's for the best anyways. Notice that there is a little butterfly right there, okay? It's time to move on from this, to kind of get yourself back in from being out in the cold, you know? So it's time to just kind of leave this behind, is what I feel like. You know, if you were abandoned, if you feel like you were abandoned, yeah, maybe, oh, probably, but it's for you, you know, in the scheme of things. It's so you can transform and grow. Make sure that everything you're doing right now is balanced, equal give and take. Again, with that Justice card, Justice is going to be around this week. So just make sure there's equal give and take on your end. Make sure nobody's taking too much from you. You know, just make sure things are balanced right now. The flow is balanced. And then we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Wouldn't start anything new with this person. It's probably not time to really start anything new anyways. It's time to be strategic and, you know, kind of plan what you want, start visualizing what you want, you know, putting a plan into place. It's not quite time to start taking action or going after it. You know, at least on anything new, all right? You might still have some things to finish up from the past anyways. You know, that might kind of be part of the card too, is that something, you know, there may be a few loose ends. But yeah, and now's your planning time. This is time to plan. Okay, be strategic. Start visualizing what you want, so you can move forward. All right, Taurus, that's your reading. I hope you found some messages here that will help you through the week ahead, and I will see you next time.